Osawa was born looking different from most kids. Some people were cruel to him. His future looked sad. But then one day, his whole life changed. By Lauren Tarshis. Inside a small schoolhouse, smiling students sang with their teacher. But in the front row, one boy sat glumly. His mouth barely moved. His eyes looked at the floor. This was 6-year-old Osawa. Osawa lived in a quiet village of Tanzania, a country in Africa. He didn't have many friends. Most of his neighbors didn't trust him. They said Osawa was cursed. What did Osawa do to deserve such a lonely life? Why were people so cruel? In fact, Osawa had done nothing. He was simply born looking different from most people. He had a cleft lip, which means that his mouth and lip were misshapen. Like most kids with clefts, Osawa struggled to chew, to swallow, and to say certain sounds. High costs. Each year, 1 out of every 700 babies in the world is born with a cleft. In America, most of these babies have surgery to fix their mouths. Their scars quickly fade and they live normal lives. But around the world, millions of children never have their clefts fixed. Most live in very poor areas where there aren't many doctors and hospitals. Osawa's parents are farmers with a small plot of land. Their one-room house is made of mud bricks. They could never save enough money to pay for surgery for Osawa. Instead, they could only watch helplessly as their child suffered. In some parts of the world, kids born with differences are often bullied. Many families are so ashamed that they abandon their kids with clefts. What would happen? Osawa's parents did not leave him. Instead, they tried to protect their beloved boy. They ignored their neighbors' cruelty, but their hearts broke. Osawa's parents kept him close. His grandfather cried when he spoke of his grandson. Will he get a job? He wondered. Osawa's family was right to be worried. In many places, kids with clefts die young or end up begging on the streets. It was hard for Osawa's family to imagine a happy future for their son. But that was about to change. A charity named Smile Train works closely with a hospital that is about 700 miles from Osawa's village. Smile Train has trained doctors around the world to perform cleft surgeries. It has provided free surgeries to more than 1 million kids worldwide, kids like Osawa. Osawa's parents first found out about Smile Train from the radio. They learned that Osawa's surgery would be paid for. The hospital even sent a driver to pick up Osawa and his mother. A new life. At the hospital, Osawa tried not to cry. He was nervous but brave. He shook the hand of the doctor who would operate on him. Osawa was given a medicine that put him into a deep sleep. He would not feel any pain. And then the doctor went to work. He used special tools to carefully reshape Osawa's mouth. Within an hour, the surgery was finished, and Osawa's life was changed forever. When Osawa first saw himself in the mirror after the surgery, he stared in joyful shock. "My mouth looks so good," he exclaimed. "I look like my friends." Today, Osawa is 12. Watching him laugh and play with his friends, it's difficult to imagine him as the sad little boy he once was. For Osawa and his family, there is much to smile about. 1,000 Reasons to Smile. Helping Other Kids Makes Ella Grin, by Allison Friedman. 12-year-old Ella Pastorelli knows she's lucky. Born with a cleft lip, Ella had surgery to fix it when she was a baby. But many families outside the U.S. cannot afford the cost of this surgery. So each year on her birthday, Ella and her family set up a lemonade stand to raise money for Smile Train, the group that helped Osawa. In 10 years, Ella's lemonade stand has raised $250,000. That's enough to repair about 1,000 smiles. Ella hopes to continue the lemonade stand as she gets older. And I want to travel to other countries to help other children with clefts in person, she says. It makes you smile, doesn't it?